Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Gandham Samapayami Shri Shivaya Namaha. Brahma Murari Surachita Lingam Nirmala Bhasita Shobhita Lingam Janma Majatu Kavinashana Lingam Tat Pranamami Sara Shiva Lingam Tat Pranamami Sara Shiva Lingam. Om Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Gandham Samapayami Shri Shivaya Namaha. Om Manopuchahankar Chetani Naham Nacha Shrutra Jive Nacha Grana Netre Nacha Vyoma Bhutnir Natejo Navayus Chirananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham, Shivoham, Chirananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Ganananta Ganapati Gom Havamahe Priyananta Priyapati Gom Havamahe Nidinanta Nidipati Gom Havamahe Vaso Mama Aham Jani Nagramatmajasi Karvadam. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. So a little Ganesh chant here to get things started before we start. Let me know if the sound is okay. So if you can hear me all right. A little note in the comments. I appreciate that. Sound check. Sounds good. Great. Perfect. Thank you, friends. It's quite the thing to live stream from the middle of the wilderness. So again, Ganesh chant here. So you may, so heart medicine, I'm going to talk in a minute, but there's this particular invocation to place Ganesh in the heart. And that just came in, and so I think I'll chant that too to start. So kind of dialed in, just drop the perception into the heart, and it isn't the anatomical heart, it's right behind the very bottom part of the sternum. Om Nana Samayuktam Mukta Vibhushitam Svanasam Asanam Chara Richatam Pratigriyatam. Inviting Ganesh to take a seat, the asana in the heart. Om Sambukas Jaikadantascha Kapilo Gajkaranakaha Lamborarashcha Vikato Vignanasha Vinayakaha Dhumaketo Ganajaksho Balachandro Gajananaha Dvabhishaitani Namani Yapate Chunuyadipi Vidyarambe Vivahecha Praveshe Nirgame Tata Sangrame Sakate Chaiva Vignastasya Nijayate Vigna Balikutaraya Shri Ganadhipataye Namaha Vakratanda Mahakarya Suryakoti Samaprabha Avinam Kurume Deva Sarvaka Yeshu Sarvada Shuklam Varadadam Vishnum Shashivanam Titubhajam Prasannavananam Daye Sarva Vigna Upashantaye Navastesham Jayastesham Kutastesham Purajayaha Yesham Inivarashamo Hridayasho Janardanaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. So we invoke Sri Ganesh, the one who removes the obstacles and the hindrances along our pathways and things. And the translation is it said one who listens or chants to the 12 names of Ganesha is ensured success in their endeavors, whether it be the start of education, the time of marriage, the time of calamity, or otherwise. And we pay special homage, oblations to Vishnu, the energy, right? These deities, they're just cosmic forces, or they're massive forces that preserve. Vishnu preserves the entire multiverse, what you see and what you don't see, and then also the mantra asks us to pay homage to the ancient teachers from an ancient time. Om Ganeshti. And I would add that in this time of upheaval and transformation and self-reflection and self-improvement, let us allow for our wisdom to literally flow through the center of our being. Let our preconceived notions, the conditions of life experience that exist, say, in the cognitive process, let all of it just flow through the heart, and let the heart be activated in its highest effulgence, and let that guide our way, guide our lives, guide all the things. And let it be so. Okay, friends. So now tad too loud. Thank you. Yeah, I can turn that down a little bit. Hi, Sarah, Brett, Tammy, Susan. So thanks, friends, for joining a little chai and chat briefly here with Santosh. Shivalaya is where we're at if it's a newer experience for you. This is a retreat kind of temple space that I've kind of been working on for a long time. And I'm really excited to finally introduce it to all of you, And so next weekend, just a short thing, is a retreat. I know I haven't got all the information out to you guys, but Seva and Sadhana over summer solstice at Shivalaya with Santosh. And so that's next weekend. And direct message me, DM me for more information. There'll be a little fee involved. There's camping. There's 3+ acres here. I have, about 12 really well-organized campsites, and there'll be many others and things. And so I'm sure have room for about 15 or so people, that kind of thing. So come on up, and we're going to do some great practices and a little bit of work and just commune and practice together and be with each other from this strange, twisted, time that we're in. And and I wanted to, heart medicine today is the flow. And for the yogi, we put Ganesh in the heart with Om Nana Ratna Sama Yuktam Mukta Harvi Bhushitam Swarnasam Asanam Charu Prachatam Pratikretam. So Ganesh sitting in the heart. And the wisdom here is that there's this thing called Hridayam, and it's considered the cave where the Atman exists, the cave of the soul. And I know that's like maybe a lot to take on, but it's rad, And it's also this field where what's called the buddhi, 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 which is our higher intellect faculty, exists. And we may understand that as intuitive perception. And that word for that is called pratibha, intuitive perception. And so the invitation for today's practice is to filter, if you will, your experience through the heart. And it's interesting, what I personally find is when I get out of my head and into my heart, and it's not my emotional heart. I'm not trying to necessarily navigate an emotional quality. I'm trying to focus on the psychic being, is what Sri Aurobindo calls this location, the psychic being inside of you, and wake that cat up in there. And it will awaken by your intention, your focus. And what goes on though, really, is when you focus here, there's a sense of harmony that begins to kind of elude your patterning, whether it be how you are viewing the world, your relationships, your perceptions. And it's just this fascinating thing is when we're literally concentrated here, there's like this, the flow of information is coming through the heart versus coming through the cognitive function. They have to meet. So there's a conjunction between the third eye, if you will, our higher, framework of knowledge and vision, and then this center of feeling knowledge, if we will. And we've probably all seen the studies where like there's like a magnetism that flows, from the heart space. And what I would say is as we're all kind of, if you will, be introspective around our relationships with, other humans, our race relationships, our, interpersonal relationships between, men and women, all of it, everything is on the table right now, is that if we can like filter that process through here, you'll find that there's harmony, there's kindness, there's a sense of love, there's a sense of brotherhood and sisterhood. And then there's a sense of like perceptive actualization as well, And so this is, this singularly is the illuminated space. And when we practice our asanas, we'll open your heart, open your heart. It's just like, well, this is just a little bit differently. I mean, we can, create some physical structure to create space in the heart, but this is existing in this thing called the dharmi, and that's the substratum, the layers that are underneath our physical apparatus. So this really is an energetic, quality that exists within us. So the heart openers have this effulgence to it. It's bright chronically, but we want to go just a little deeper than that. And to really accomplish that, you just stay concentrated here, here in the heart space. And I'll, include some practices for that. So that's our chai and chat here for this morning. Hridayam, heart center, buddhi, higher intellect, dharmi, substratum, right? So we'll kind of begin to, condition all that. Shivalaya Temple, Park County, Colorado, 9,500 feet up here, so close to 10,000. And it's just epic this morning. So next weekend's just going to be spectacular. So Om Shanti. Shivalaya chai is just the best. It's just the best. So comfortable seated position. And then give the shoulders a little bit of a roll here. So a little roll of the shoulders. And then begin to feel like an awakening of the back body. But as the back body becomes, a little more limber, mobile, you'll notice obviously that the collarbones are broadening and the physical apparatus is opening in the upper chest. And then to kind of really refine the seated position, let's start with the palms turned up on the knees or thighs. So ground, obviously your sits bones and all that, elongate the spine, but then turn the palms up. And you'll notice that you're externally rotating the upper arm bones. And when that happens, the collarbones pivot back. The shoulder blades kind of track a little bit towards one another and a little bit down the back. It's really subtle. Come feel that. And then allow for the upper arm bones to sustain that position, if you will. And then just roll gently the hands flat on your knees or thighs. Just kind of feel that. Notice how the elbows are stacked under the shoulders. Begin to breathe into the belly here. That allows, as we know, the nervous system to calm and subside some. This is where all the juiciness is, y'all. And then we take our perception and you place it in Hridayam, in the heart center, the center of the chest, behind the bottom part of the sternum. And if it's like vague for you, and that's fine, take your fingers and just tap the very bottom part of your breastbone. And you can even hold it there, or bring your hands flat against your chest, left hand first, and then the right hand covers the left. Just imagine like having a moment with another human or any being really, and just have your hands flat against your chest, the bottom part of your sternum, and then they're like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "I'm just, I'm utilizing my higher being to take this moment and relate." And so I want to invoke my higher nature. I found over time that when I place my hand on my chest, I can do that. I invoke illumination, connection, unity, a sense of peace and harmony and love. So find an intention, will sankalpa, can condition it in this way. And then we'll chant a couple of ohms and get into it here. So exhale the breath completely and then take a big inhale. And then again, another big inhale. Sarvesham swasti bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, loka samastaha sukhino bhavantu. I'm going to chant that again. Join me if you know the mantra. Om Sarvesham Swasti Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu, Loka Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Then an Om and 3 Shantis together. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So, Great Spirit, may all beings dwell in happiness. May all beings dwell in peace. May all beings attain oneness, and may all beings live Dharma, an auspicious life, really connected to the harmony of humanity and the harmony of the spirit. And finally, Great Spirit, we ask that all beings can be happy and free. Okay, let's do some asana here. Let's just spin off of our seated position here to tabletop. So make your way to all fours. Here, and then let's just begin cow stretches. We know this. So inhale, look up, let the belly release, the sits bones flare, the collarbones broad, and then exhale, rounding belly button in, chin in, tailbone in. And just continue that motion. And so now as we begin our practice, what happens is as the body begins to light up in sensation, our drishti, the inner possibility of our perception, our gaze, our awareness, then can be really overrun, if you will, by that sensation. And then that's fine too, but maybe sustain part of your container to be focused on the heart, on Hridayam. So now we're moving a little more subtle. It's like, I can hold that awareness. And, multiple perceptive, points of contact begin to also emerge. I can feel my breath and focus on that, and I can keep my awareness in my heart too. I can do two things that way. So this is the practice within the practice. I talk about that on occasion. And let's just circle the hips. Again, connect with the breath. So inhale, float, the heart forward, and then exhale back. And what I would really say too is when you're inhaling, it's almost like you're filtering the air from outside of the body through the point of your awareness. So, your heart. Switch directions. And that lens, that funnel that we're using is a tool to really hone in on that inner body, that brightness of the heart space, the inner body of the energy system, and that opens all the the magic up. For real. And then neutral position here. We'll do our little twist. So plant the left hand under the face, and then take the right hand to the sky. Give the wrist a spin. Breathe very deeply. Some deep breathing. And a big inhale. And exhale, filter this right hand through on the inside, left shoulder and ear to the mat. Left hand reaches top edge of the mat. Hips can drift to the right. Just breathe here. Nice big inhale. Then exhale, the left hand back underneath you, ground the inhale, float the right. So reaching up, and we'll just gently switch. So ground the right hand when you're ready. I'm going to turn away from y'all. And inhale, float the left arm up, reach a little, spin of the wrist, breathe deeply. So just notice how you can open anatomically the chest, if you will. Pectoral muscles here, big inhale, feeding left hand through on the inside of the right shoulder near the mat. Right hand reaches top edge of the mat, hips drift to the left. Breathe here. Stay with the breath. Oh, yeah. And a nice big inhale. And exhale, the right hand back underneath you, ground and inhale, float the left hand to the sky. So we're reaching here and then back to the neutral position. Now take the hands off the mat to the right side. Hips stay lifted. A big inhale, exhale, arcing into the right side body. Forehead can drift to or towards the mat. Breathe deep. You can ground firm left hand track outside of left hip back to extend the sensation in the side body. And this is where all of a sudden the sensation is pronounced and we may pivot away from the inner concentration of the heart. So just refabricate that kind of thread of connection to the heart space, and they'll float on up. And then gently the hands off the mat to the other side, left side. Big inhale, same. Exhale, arcing right side body, forehead to or towards earth. We're breathing real deep here. Oh, yeah. Great. And then gently inhale, float on up to neutral. And then we'll come back to our mats into tabletop. I'm just going to spin around, extend the right leg out to the right leg. So we do this. It's really great on the inner stretching inner groin. So the hips draw back here. And so you begin to feel this inner groin stretch. And then just bend the elbows, ground onto the forearms. Ooh, yeah. Keep a little energy of the pubic bone cycling back, tipping the pelvis forward. That's really helpful. Yeah. Oh, nice. And then gently we'll come out of this. So ground on this left hand, and then take the right hand to the sky. And so we just open back up, clearing, the open space in the heart area. Big inhale, exhale, float. Now this right hand down will switch. So back to neutral into tabletop. The left leg extends out, toes point forward, hips drift back. You're feeling that stretch, and then you can just kind of float the heart forward, right? The heart floats towards the earth, pubic bone back. Ooh, yeah. Little stretch of that inner groin area. Yeah, breathe in. And then gently inhale up to neutral ground. This right hand, and then inhale, float the left arm. Oh, to the sky. A little release in the spine. It's great. Big inhale. And exhale, gently release the hand down here. Back to neutral. Extend now the right leg behind you. Tuck the back toes under on the mat. Just a little warm up for the calf and Achilles. We understand that. Feels good. And then gently release and switch. So extend the left. Feel that little stretch in there. Oh, yeah. And then back to neutral tabletop. Walk the knees behind the plane of the hips. One little sweet little step. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana. We know this is down, 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 down dog. Hips lifting here. Breathing deep. Ooh. Any movement's fine. I find myself sometimes just kind of swaying my hips side to side a little bit. And that, for me, just extends my side bodies a little bit. And a little action in the shoulder. Feels good. Ground the roots of the fingers here. And you'll notice when you do that, that sets up the arms and their length, and then drape the triceps towards the earth. You have to kind of recommit to grounding the root of the index finger and thumb when you do that. But when you have all that firm, there's just length in the spine. It feels like there's a lot of stability in the pose. Sometimes I imagine that I'm just grabbing a little bit of dirt. And so I take the tips of my fingers and just caress the mat with just, like 1 pound of pressure. I'm not really gripping it hard, but just enough. And all of a sudden the center of the hand lifts when you do that. That's magic. Yeah, for real. Lift the heels. Come up on the tippy toes. Heart sinks here. So a little steeper pitch to the pelvis. And then release the heels back towards the earth. Put a little bend in the right knee. I appreciate the endurance here. Just stay with it. Ground right hand stretch left calf and Achilles. And then straighten and switch. So then left knee, ground left hand right. Little calf and Achilles. Little pedaling between the two. Little wiggling of the hips. Yeah. And then gently walk the feet to the hands here. So standing forward fold, Uttanasana. We know this as Uttanasana. Ooh. Lengthen the crown of the head towards the earth. The belly button draws to the spine here, and it creates a little bit of a kind of an ascending energy in the hips. And that creates some length, not only in the torso, but the hamstrings, little traction in the spine, grabbing opposite elbows. Yeah. Just loving into that.
And then as you inhale here, again, awareness into heart center. And just feel the breath be filtered through the heart. Pause here. Just keep breathing through the center of the chest here. Big inhale, then exhale, hinge, folding forward. So now we're moving the body. Things are a little more juicy that way. But let's continue. Inhale, flat back to filter through the heart, and then allow for some of your perception to also be guided to a sense of feeling, right? So heart-centered drishti, feeling is like the rapture around the awareness, if you will. Yeah, one more of these. Inhale, exhale. Oh, yeah. And then a little bend the knees, send the left leg back into a lunge here. And then bring the right hand to the right knee or thigh, left follows. So we're here going to just come right up into Dvajasana. You know, this is, crescent or flag pose. And let's just take a minute here and just place the hands, palms up, so the upper arm bones are externally rotating in front of the heart space. So just right here. And then breathe and just begin to kind of filter here through the heart. Back heels lifted, back the quads active. Yeah, first thing I saw this morning was a deer. I came out of my place and, there's a deer right there. I'm looking at a rabbit right now. Goodness. Stay with the breath. And then inhale, reach. Just reach up. Yeah, feel that. Still filtering and still just activating feeling sensation, feeling quality. Yeah. And then a nice big inhale. And then exhale, sweep the hands behind you like so. Lean forward. Give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. And then interlace, the hands behind you. Feel into that. And then re-engage the back leg quad. And then just kind of lean back into it. So load up that back leg some here. Yeah, feeling? Breathe in. And then inhale, sweep, hands and arms, stars. Yeah, and then exhale, float all the way down. We plant, step back into high plank, high push-up. Oh, yeah. Yeah, shoulders stack over the wrist or a little behind you. Notice I always kind of have my shoulders behind my wrist. It just gives a little flatter angle to my wrist, versus 90-degree. And it just is kinder, for the wrists. Hips are lifting. Yeah. And then we invoke heart power here, right? So there's a sense of, a little challenge that we're activating. And so we're, going to call on the heart power to stay in it. The heart will, if you will. And just notice that you can condition it softly, say, with the energy of kindness in your practice. Float this right leg hip height, really extend it back, breathe. Here, and then a nice big inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Give her a squeeze in. Yeah, that's it. Inhale, leg behind you. Just do one of those. Exhale, the leg down, switch. So float the left leg, really reach it back. Stay with it here. You can do this. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Give her a little squeeze in. Inhale, leg behind you. Exhale, release it down because it's heart will that's guiding us. So it isn't like overly, if you will, aggressive. I mean, it's kind of subtle, peaceful. Big inhale. And exhale, release to the knees. Nicely done. All the way to the belly here. And then Bhujangasana Cobra. Inhale, float up halfway or so. And then exhale, float down. And then again, float up. Exhale, float down. 2 more. So inhale, float up. Exhale, float down. Yeah, just kind of having the shoulder blades hug the back of the heart here. Inhale. And then pause here. Take a moment. Feel into that. So the heart's pulling forward. The hands are isometrically kind of contracting towards the waist. So the triceps active. It's a little tough. Breathe here. Yeah, big inhale. Tuck the back toes under. And exhale, lift the hips. Oh, yeah. Down to down to down, down, dog. Yeah, just stay with your breath. Send the hips up and back. So really create some length in the spine. Yep, and then we'll bend the knees here when you're ready. Left foot steps, left hand. So back here into Anjaneya. So just for a moment, yeah, Anjaneya was Hanuman's mom, right? So hand to the left near thigh. Yeah, she was in the forest, praying to Shiva for all the good things. So we're here again. So back quad is active. You're lifting. There's a hummingbird. I don't know if you got him on camera or not, but then right here, hands in front of the heart. Yeah, breathe. So we're just practicing filtering the vidya, the knowledge, through the heart, creating that container, that space, if you will, and then there's a sense of feeling that we're inviting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Just stay with it. And then inhale, float hands and arms to the sky so we reach. Here. Oh yeah. Then a nice big inhale and exhale. Now the hands behind you, lean forward. Give the shoulders a little bit of a roll. Interlace the hands. And then just lean back. Breathe very deeply here. Yep. Ooh, exhale the breath. And then inhale, sweep hands and arms to the sky. Then exhale, back foot steps, folding forward to the top of the mat. So forward fold here. Oh, goodness. At the top of the mat. So just breathe here. Give the head a little bit of a stir. Feel into that. Yeah. Nice, James. Yeah. Ooh. And then inhale, half lift here. Pause, lengthen tail to crown. Then put a little bend in the knees, just an oval shape of the arms. Just keep the core active here. That means belly to the spine. And then inhale, just float up. Oh, yeah. Arms reach. And then just put a little sway in the body. Yeah, just move a little bit. Let it be organic. Might feel, cosmic. That's how this was described last night. This is a cosmic reality up here. It's unique and multidimensional. Shivalaya. Oh, okay, and then reach full tall. Big inhale. Exhale the hands behind you here and lace the fingers. And then, of course, the head of the arm bones pivot back. The chest is opening. But let that refine almost like a funnel. The breath and awareness and sensation all right in the heart. And then begin to feel the field that's in front of you. Whatever room you're in, or if you're outside, whatever it is, just feel the space in front of you. And then allow that space to circle, 180 degrees, side to side. And then all the way behind you. Yeah, so feel behind you. And you're just perceiving in 360 degrees. That's the connection to the universality of perception. A big inhale. Bend the knees gently. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward the hands and arms, of course, float up and over the head. Just kind of feel your way through that. Whatever mobility your shoulders will, provide for you. So good on my end. A big inhale here. Exhale, gently release the grip of the hands here. And then the right leg goes back into the lunge. And then we come back up. So we're here once again. Oh, yeah. And so now we'll float the hands and arms, reach in and, kind of put a little movement here, goes a little side to side. And you're just kind of extending this right hip flexor. And then take the left hand to the back of that right leg and then just float this right arm up. But then bring the belly button to the spine to really sustain the quality of the structure of the torso. Just a little bit of muscle action goes a long way here, folks. Yeah. Oh, just open up into the heart. Yeah, and then inhale, float the left hand. We don't have to, stay there forever, and then just float all the way down. Plant, step back into high. Oh yeah, high plank. I push up here. Again, hips are lifting a little bit, so butt's lifting a little, and that just wraps the muscles, the TVA here. But we're still heart centered, still loving. Big inhale, releasing these. Exhale, float chest all the way to the earth, and then inhale, float it up a little higher pitch this time, and really wrap the elbows towards the side body. The chin is going to tuck here, and you can see when I do that, it draws the ears back, but it really, it lengthens the spine. Head the arm muscles keep tracking back. A big inhale. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale, center, neutral. Exhale, look over the left shoulder. Inhale, center, neutral. And exhale, float down. Yeah. And then again, inhale, float on up. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, float down. One more time this way. Inhale, float on up. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, float down. Tuck the back toes under. And inhale through a high plank. I push up. And then exhale, lift hips back into downward facing dog. Down dog. Yeah, breathing deep. And then a little bit of knees, and then the right foot steps. Right hand, then float torso, kind of organize the body. Back heel, quads is active, heel lifting. So that sets everything up, right? Then we can float the hands and arms to the sky. And once again, put a little bit of movement in there. So there's a little sway of the torso, and kind of extending now the left hip flexor some. And then this right hand goes to the back of that left leg. And then Gya Mudra, so pat the index finger, and then just float up and back. Just really reach it. Stay with the breath here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then inhale, float right arm up. And then exhale, back foot steps to the top of the mat. So forward fold here. Oh, yeah. Nourish the body with breath. Yeah. Reconnect with the heart. If that has evaporated in any way, just calibrate it back. And that's why we practice, We had all these features of experience, and then it's just like, can we be in the reality of our life? A little bend in knees, circle with the arms, and then core tones in, float all the way up. And then once again, of our life, and stay connected to the heart. Right? So all of a sudden you're, with experience, sensation in the body and our asana practice. And it's like, well, okay, fine. I'm going to stay committed to, heart wisdom. That's the intuitive feeling part of our being. Hands once again behind you, interlace, inhale. And exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, hands and arms. Yay, go up and over the head. A little different experience this time probably. Oh, yay, stay with the breath. And then once again, bend the knees, send the left leg back into lunge. So we're going to just kind of work off this just a little bit more. And then float the torso, float the arms. Reach in, big inhale. And exhale, right hand to the right waist. Hummingbirds loving the sadhana up here. They always do. There it is. I don't know if you're seeing them. And then left hand, fist, elbow on the outside of knee or thigh, sinking armpit to knee. And then, paper covers rock. So right hand covers left, re-engage back like quad. Right shoulder away from right ear. And then allow that to spin open the heart. And just breathe there, torso at least. And then float the right arm to the sky. Breathe there. And then this right arm over the head. So we're here now. Just stay with it. We're not done though. Nope. And then from this position, put a bend in the elbow and bring the hand to the back of the head. And then just lift the chin and then re-engage the back of the quad. Oh yeah, so nice. Just stay with it. Then filter the vidya, the knowledge through the heart, Your big inhale. The next, so release the hand down. Oh yeah, that's a lot. Plant, step back, high plank. I push up here. Big inhale, exhale. Knees, heart, chin. So the hips stay lifted. So the elbows bend, heart and chin to the earth. So just touch the earth with the heart. Feel that. There's the medicine. And then inhale, float forward. Upward facing dog. Engage the quads. Take a minute here. Shoulders away from the ears. Chin tucks. Lean back into it a little bit. And then spread the toes. Oh, yeah. Big inhale. And exhale, lift the hips back. We're in down dog. Oh. Breathe deep. Nourish the body with breath. Now very still. You know, Shiva's here. Babaji. So we need to pay homage to this. Yeah, child's pose here, please. And just gently moving back in down dog. Yeah, that happens all the time up here. All of a sudden, there's just like this wave of presence that stops everything. We'll bend the knees left foot. So I'm just gonna, shoo, goodness. Yeah, big wave, just spirit flowing. So we're here, reach up. Yeah, back heel lifts, quad active. Heart filter. Then I'm just in this aura of stillness right now. Big inhale. Exhale now, left hand, left waist. Inhale, reach, right hand forward. Fist, right hand. And then elbow on the outside of the knee, or thigh sinking armpit to knee, possibly. Re-engage back the quad. Heart spins open. And then the right hand to the earth. Left hand to the sky. With the breath. And a nice big inhale. Exhale, left hand over the head. Breathe. And then bend left elbow, hand to the back of the head. Lift the chin a little bit. Oh. A nice big inhale. Exhale, release the hand down. And then back foot steps once again to the top. Oh yeah, the mat here. And then come to standing. Ooh. Okay. So Peace Mountain pose. So we were working with Peace Warrior last few weeks. We know this is Tadasana, mountain pose. And left hand, right hand. Just a Peace Mountain. Okay, nice, you guys. It's just a forward fold here. Just you can just slide the hands down the legs. Sit back down, dog. Down to down, dog, dog. And then the right foot steps, right hand. So warrior two here. Warrior two. So come on up. Hips are open. Heel arch alignment. Hips open. Inner thighs, little track. So there's grounding force on the feet. Core's active, and you'll notice when you could see my body when I draw the belly button to the stomach, and there's just this, this effulgence that comes into the body, the length and the integrity of the physical form. Breathe in, arms lift. Yeah. Then nice big inhale, and then exhale down. The hands behind you, and that heart space opens. And then check this out, just straighten the front leg, and then take the hands and kind of energetically guide them towards the back foot, and then open this left shoulder just a little bit. It's like half of a triangle pose. Straighten the front leg, don't lock the knee out, but really ground the big toe mound to the front foot. Just feel that. Oh yeah. So nice. And then from here, we'll just open up into a half triangle position. So the arms open. We don't need to go down any further. That's not the point. And then let's just bend the elbows. Yeah, you can see the elbows bend. And let this, chest area just open. And then once again, kind of organize, calibrate your perceptive being through Hridayam, heart center. That's it. Oh, yeah. And then bend now deeper into this front leg. Left or right form, that is right form, right thigh, and the left arm over the head. So extended side angle here. Reach in. Heart spins open. Right, feel that. And then float this right form off the right leg and just make an oval shape and then reach. Yeah, stay with the breath. Yeah, sink a little lower. It can be a little challenging. That's okay. Breathe. And then, reverse this. So straighten the front leg all the way. Left hand, left leg, right arm over the head. Yeah, nice. And then a big inhale. An exhale, we'll just cartwheel out of this. Bend that front knee. Arms sweep. Back heel releases. Hands plant, step back. I think I push a big inhale here. Exhale. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, pull forward. Upward. Facing dog, pause here, heart lifting, chin tucking, big inhale. Exhale, lift the hips back. Down dog. Oh yeah. That's it. A little bend the knees here. And then the left foot steps to the left hand. So left foot steps, left hand. Little back view now. Bend in the front leg, knee. Float arms. Breathing. Doing that. And then just put a little bend in the elbows. So a little bend in the elbows. Feel that. Heart, wisdom again, and then hands behind you. Interlace the fingers here. And once again, just straighten the front leg. Draw the hands towards the back foot. And then just pivot open this right shoulder now. Lengthen. Oh, yeah. And then the arms open, so our half triangle. And then the elbows bend. Just breathe here. Yeah. And then gently bend this front leg, knee. And then just left forearm, left thigh. Extended side angle. So this right arm over the head, heart spins open. Breathing, yeah. And then float this left forearm off the left leg. So we're here, stay with the breath. Oh yeah. Little pulsing if you want. Feel that. And then inhale. Oh, reverse this. So straighten the front leg. Right arm, right leg, left arm. Oh, over the head. Breathe in. Yeah. And a nice big inhale. Then exhale, cartwheel the arms. Bend that front leg knee. Release the back foot. Go through a flow. We'll meet you in down dog. How you want to get there is up to you now. However, I kind of do this half vinyasa thing where I just kind of let the hips release into upper facing dog. Take a moment there. Oh, just love breathing. And then exhale, lift the hips back. Down dog. And then we'll honor the moment with child's pose. So just release the knees, hips to the heels here. Just relaxing. Child's pose. Just take a moment there. Oh, yeah. And then gently inhale, come on up. So I'm going to demo what we're going to do here next. And it's really potent series of, it's just two, mind you. And Brett's here this morning, and he's seen this. And this was a part of the, some of you know, Asiana and I'm taught this thing called Tantra Sadhana at Samadhi. And it was this 3-hour practice, pranayam, 2 meditations, asana, mudra, all kinds of stuff. But in the asana, it's really interesting because there were 16 poses in the sequence, and 13 of them had breath retention. And so it's really powerful, kind of blow you up too. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 of those poses, and it's Ustrasana, which we know is camel pose, into Kurmasana. That means tortoise, but this is like an extended child's pose. It's the older names. It's the original Hatha Yoga names, not kind of the, watered down modern version. But so Ustrasana camel to Kurmasana, and it's done with breath retention if you choose, because the breath retention can kind of get heady purposefully. But so we'll bring, and again, I'm just going to demonstrate and then we'll practice it together. So hands to the low back, and then I'll inhale and then leverage up into Ustrasana camel pose. There's an inhale, but I'll hold my breath in. And then exhale, the palms of the hands come together, and I just float down, forehead to the earth, in extended child's pose or Kurmasana with the breath held out. And then inhale, hands to the low back, exhale, and then we'll inhale. So that's what we'll do. What we know is when we're holding the breath out, the body isn't necessarily used to that. Mine is, but it's not common. And so that's where it can be a little challenging, but that's what we'll do. So bring the hands to the low back here. Exhale the breath completely. And then inhale, float on up, Ustrasana camel pose, and hold the breath in. Wait. And then exhale, palms of the hands come together. Float down, extend the arms out, forehead to the earth. Hold the breath out and wait. Inhale, come up. Nice. Exhale, hands a little back. 2 more times. Inhale, float up. Exhale, extend. Hold the breath out. Forehead to the earth. Arms reach. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, hands low back. Inhale, Ustrasana. Hold the breath. Exhale, float. Inhale to neutral. Just feel the feels, y'all. And then gently, we'll make our way onto our backs from here. So get organized. Come onto the back. So we're here. Oh yeah. Just take a minute. Relax. And just gently give a little hug of the knees into the chest. You can rock side to side. So a little massage of the spine here. Always is just wonderful. Oh yeah. Now let's just rock forward and back a little. A little of that. Back to flat back here. And then a supine twist. So ground the feet, shift the hips to the right and the knees to the left. The arms are at a T position or cactus position, legs stacked, maybe 90-degree angle between upper and lower leg. Gaze to the right. Flowing through the heart still. And then gently let the knees float on up, the hips shift, then to the left, and the knees to the right, gaze left. And then gently let the knees go back up to a neutral position. Give them a little hug again into the chest. And then we'll come into a supported bridge pose. Grab a block, or I just have my cushion here this morning. Cushion under the hips. The block goes. You select the height. Try yeah, get higher. And then first, walk the legs out straight on the mat. The shoulder blades can kind of come underneath you. Right, so collarbones are broad. Again, just spaciousness in the upper torso. Heart-centered vidya, heart-centered knowledge. And then gently little bend in the knees now. Our inversion Viparitchakrani Mudra, knees to the torso, or so straighten the legs to the sky. Just relax in here. There's an inner practice, it's called a kriya. And with your awareness, you can draw energy up the spine into the throat as you inhale. And then as you exhale, filter the energy first through the third eye and then through the crown of the head. And just repeat that interaction where you're inhaling up the spine to the throat, exhaling through the third eye and then the crown of the head. And gently release out of all that. Let the knees bend, the feet float to the earth here. Lift the hips, remove your blocker support. Hips down. And then our breath practice before Shavasana. Extend the legs here. Relax. Then exhale your breathing completely and then take a nice big inhale and then hold the breath in and wait. So inhale, hold the breath. And just gently exhale your breathing. Moment here. And we'll do this one more time, but I'll cue you to pooch out your belly. So exhale the breath completely. And then take a nice big inhale and hold your breath in. So inhale, hold the breath. Pooch out the belly. Then exhale the breath. You can stay right here. You don't have to move at all if you don't want to. Shavasana, corpse pose. And get comfortable if you like. It's all you. Self-empowered. Get comfy. So check in with y'all real quick. Friends. Flow back to the heart. Not there. And just allow for just the perception of witness and feeling to emerge, but allow that all to be centered in the heart space. And if it's a little vague, just take your hand and place it on the bottom part of the sternum. And just breathe a little deeper here. And just a little movement in the body to activate the earth suit here. So stretch, hug in the knees at some point. Come to the right side of the body, little ball thing. Just relax. And then just gently come to seated here. Okay, so I'm going to show you the hand mudra. And it's Hridaya Mudra, heart mudra. And so the index finger is folded into the base of the thumb. And then the thumb goes to the tip of the middle and the ring finger. So find your seated position here. And then Hridaya Mudra. And so the practice that we'll do, the breath practice, very intentional, will bring the awareness into the heart, Hridaya. We'll inhale, filter the breath through the chest as we inhale from the outside. Full breath. And then as you exhale, I want you to bring the awareness to the third eye and just exhale in the center of the brain. So inhaling through the heart, Hridayam, and exhaling through Agnya Chakra, the third eye, while holding Hridayam Mudra. Just a short little practice. You can even hold the breath in a little bit if you'd like to, like inhale, hold the breath and concentrate on the heart. And then exhale through the third eye. And so we'll add the kumbhak to both ends of the breath. The kumbhak, that word means suspension or retention. So inhaling through the heart, holding, if you will, the breath at the top of the inhale, concentrate on the heart, and then exhale through the third eye as you completely release the breath, hold the breath out while concentrating on the third eye. So we'll add that little kumbhak in there. Powerful practice. Just heart medicine here. And then after your next exhalation here, you can hold the hands in the mudra if you like, or you can release the mudra. You choose. It can be, the thing to hold the mudra. And then if you are holding the mudra, just relax the muscles of the hands completely. Just soften. If you're like using the muscles to hold the mudra, begin to just relax the hands. And let your inner drishti float to the heart. Hridayam. The breath has become progressively shallow. Let it just soften. Allow for an aura of presence to appear. begin to refine the breath direction in the heart, and then add the mantra of Om as you inhale into the heart and Om as you exhale, allowing for a sense of peace to completely fill your being here. Sustaining the concentration here. And just let the breath and the mantra subside and allow your awareness to begin to expand from the center of the being. It's wider, expansive sensation. Moving from the individual to the universal, the expanding universe. Floating on peace. Traveling through space and time. Removing all barriers of the time-space continuum. Suhokachaikadantascha Kapilokachkaranakaha Amorashadikato Vignanasho Vinayakaha Jamkito Gandajacha Bhavachandra Gajananaha Vabhushatani Namani Yapatichuyadapi Vijarambe Vivatecha Praveshe Nirvame Tata Sangame Sakate Chaiva Vignastasya Nijayate Vigna Balikutaraya Shri Ganari Pataye Namaha Vakratunda Mahakarya Suyakoti Samaprabha Avinam Kurumedeva Sarvakapyekshu Sarvada Shuklam Bharadidam Vishnu Shashivanam Chaturbhujam Rasana Vanandaye Sarvadivya Prashantaye Namaste Shankaste Sham Bhutaste Shampurajaya Yesha Vinivarashama Hridayascha Janardana Om Ham Jum Sah Om Bhurvavak Swah Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhi Pushti Varanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityur Mukshya Mamrita Swaha Bhuvaha Bhuvam Saha Jum Ham Om
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We invoke the three-eyed Lord, the one with transcendental vision, the giver of strength, and the one who frees us from the bonds of death by healing our karmas, our samskaras, and the things that have bound our minds and our hearts. Oh, please, great Lord Shiva, in the form of the medicine man, the Triambaka, the healer, please free us from the bonds of death, our karmas, healing. It's like a ripe fruit that drops from the tree. It's just in its perfect state, and it's offered lovingly, the yajna, the sacrifice of the creation into the creation. May we never forget our immortal nature. Let's just chant an Om and three Shantis together. Stick around. Big inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Okay, friends. Thank you for sharing in that journey of the heart. And, just a little reminder for the Venmo love, the Santosh Pal things. I'm always grateful for that. Today at some point, stop, reconnect into the heart space. You just take the hands, just check in with the heart, move in that way. Let that be the framework that you come back to again and again, and let that kind of fulfill this activation is what's happening. Sri Aurobindo talked about awakening the psychic being in us first here, and it is the Atman, it is the individual psychic self, the soul, as a, if you will, as a first step of living a life divine. And then, next weekend, solstice here at Shivalaya. The schedule will be something like morning sadhana, kind of like this, from 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock. Some asana, and then group meal, and then some work on the land for a few hours, and then another kind of a potluck meal. I'm going to suggest that people bring up some food to share for the dinners, for Saturday night dinner, and then a fire ceremony at night. We may have a gong bath as well. We'll see if we can put that together.
So that's what next week, and then rinse repeat on Sunday. You're welcome to come up on Friday night and camp 2 nights. Uh, and yeah, it's just so excellent. And so we'll be practicing together outside. I mean, it's just, I'm cool with that. If you guys are cool with that, you'll need to have, camping gear, tent, sleeping bag, pad, flashlight, whatever you may need to be comfortable, kind of a thing. And so that's what we're looking at for next week. And there'll be other retreats, that I, organize, this summer. It may be kind of organic. They may be, as time, comes up. But really want to build a space that we can do some significant asana, outside and really close. Next weekend I have a bathhouse that I'm building, a shower house, and it needs a fair amount of work. And there's a few little odds and ends around for the project. So gloves, also kind of a thing. And but I'll get an email out. I promise to do that. And but again, make sure that you're on the interest list. And the fee structures 154, so 154 for 2 nights camping and 2 full days of yoga and all the things. So that's what that's going to be, just so that that kind of going down. And yeah, and just thank you so much, and thanks for many of you on the feed I know are really active in the movement, and I'm just know that I'm just pouring my love, love, peace,